Okay, it looks like a few people have signed up since I did. There was only like 15 at the start, but I wanted to do an actual race as opposed to those group ride races that I was doing before. So obviously not as many people as the group rides, but we're in an actual race. Maybe a few more people will sign up in the next minute. But right now we got 49 people. I saw one person comment to keep my, I forget what he said. I think it was maybe between 80 and 90 RPMs. So I'm gonna try and focus on that a little bit. I think I'd like to prefer to be lower on RPMs, but I get the point in having higher RPMs. Then it's more so your lungs working harder as opposed to your legs working harder, because they got to power through and push through the hard stuff. So if you want, you can try and pay attention to the RPMs. I'm going to try and pay attention to them and try and keep them above 80. Hopefully, we'll see. But we got a flat course here, and from what we found out in the past from flat courses, people tend to stick together a lot easier and not get dropped as easily, not as quickly. So we'll see how this one goes. I really like to be lower on the RPMs though. But it's always good to test out, see what you like, see what you prefer. And then you'll be able to optimize everything on what you prefer, what works best for you. Because we're all different, and what works for someone might not work for someone else. Looks like one guy's just absolutely cooking. I was just on the workout course, or just free ride, and you don't really take into consideration like the elevation, like the incline and decline. You're just going at one steady pace. And I was a little confused why it got so hard there all of a sudden, because there was a bit of a incline. I was like, why is it so hard on my legs right now? Don't want to get dropped already. So using my boost. Gotta make sure we stick with them. One thing I realized, I think it was this past weekend, in training, how bad overtraining can be, because then it affects your future workouts and puts a hinder in those. Because I ended up doing something, running a little bit too hard, and somewhat injured myself. And that ultimately led to future workouts being a little bit shittier because I was injured and hurting. So I think that's just good to keep in mind when you're training, to not overtrain, because it could hurt your future workouts. Sure, you might be wanting to push yourself right now, and I know I'm really bad at that because I want to push myself. But being willing to think about the future and how your training is going to be impacted, because ultimately it ended up hurting my future training a little bit more than probably hurting or benefiting my short-term training. I'm doing my best to stay between 80 and 90 RPMs. Just seems like with all these inclines and declines, gets a little tough. And then you got to really pay attention to shifting. I've been thinking about, I don't think I'll do this, but I've been wanting to get a second bike that I could just leave on the trainer so I don't have to worry about switching my bike back tire all the time. I feel like I'm never gonna get good at that. So it appears we're pretty much all right here. Doesn't seem like anyone's really gotten dropped yet, for the most part. No one's really taken off, it seems like. But I am at the back. Probably not a good spot to be. Want to be right in the middle. Oh, incline. I wonder if you're supposed to go harder on the inclines. That's what it kind of seemed like everyone was doing there. They went pretty damn hard. It would be great to have a boost right now. Oh no. Looks like that group's starting to take off. Dang it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up. Yeah, we're slowly losing them. That's not good. Dang it. I don't know if we have a large enough group to be able to work with each other to catch back up, but it seems like those guys are moving fast and we're losing them fast. Yep, that sucks. We got dropped. Not able to catch back up. It's crazy the difference being in a group versus not in a group, how much faster you can go. It was like 2 minutes ago, we were within 3 seconds of them, and now they're 21 seconds ahead of us. It's crazy how fast. If you're in a group, you can just separate and go. Damn. It was literally that one incline. It's always the inclines where people get dropped. I guess that's why people they must push on inclines so they can drop people and weed them out a little bit. Because they realize the value of the group, being with the group, and how much easier it is, how much faster you can go. Dang. Well, I guess next time, this course is also called Flat is Fast, so not really assuming there's gonna be like that steep incline that there was, but there was. So next time, I think it's just good to keep in mind whenever there is those inclines, punch it. Try and get some distance, or at least stay with the front. Because it seems like that's what the people at the front are doing. They're punching it so they can separate. Man. Now they're 36 seconds ahead. That's so crazy. But just finished our first month of training here in Tucson. Thought it went pretty good. My foot's good, which is really good news. That recovery time was way longer than I was anticipating. I still don't think it's 100%, but I'm able to go and run consistently about 4 times per week, and I won't really feel anything before or after runs, just during runs. I might feel a little bit here and there. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I will. If I do, it's usually when I'm going harder, or if I'm on an incline going uphill, is when that usually does start to feel a little bit funny. But I don't think I biked as much as I wanted to. I don't really know many routes here yet. I met someone and he's been great. Biking with him, doing a couple hour rides with him. But other than that, I need to get out for like 3 to 5 hour rides. And I just don't have those routes yet. So I've just been doing like nice and easy 60 to 2 hour rides, 60 minute to 2 hour rides. Nothing too crazy. It would be good to get up to like 2 to 4, eventually 5. I don't think I've ever done a 5 hour ride. Yeah, I don't think I have. Maybe on the trainer, but I think the longest ride I've done on the road has been 4 hours. Still pretty decent. I was definitely hurting after that. I was still fairly new in the biking when I did that. I'm still fairly new, but it was like my first month or two I did that one. I think I did 100K first, and then I was like, okay, let's do a 4 hour ride. All I was thinking about after, I have no idea. I'm gonna run a marathon after this. And it wasn't even like I went very hard on it. It was just a nice ride. I think I got about 80 miles. Homeboy just used Ghost, tried to take off a little bit. I think the other guy just tried to use Ghost too. We'll try and catch up with them. Man. Yep, they both did it. Still got about 4 miles left. Looks like 2 guys got dropped from the main pack. Looks like we've been slowly catching up to them. I just can't let these guys get past me. Gotta stick with them. Thought they were sneaky with their Ghost. That was tough catching up though. Good little effort. Mid-race effort. I think they're tired as well as what happened. That's my guess. They just went out really hard while they used Ghost, then they got tired, couldn't maintain it. The recovery under pressure. I feel like for this race so far, I've done a pretty decent job staying between 80 and 90 RPMs, which I guess is good. I can't really tell the difference. My legs are pretty sore either way. I feel like my heart rate's typically a lot higher than what I'm currently at, but it doesn't seem like my wattage is very high. We'll see what the average is when we're done though. I think I'm up usually around 220, 230 on average over the race. See where I'm at. See if I'm in that range. Just sucks getting dropped from the group. Because like, you know, you could stay with them if you're with them, but if you get dropped, you're basically screwed. Shit out of luck. Oh, looks like we're catching up to those two that got dropped. We're like right on them. They're gonna end up joining us. Just over 2.5 miles left. This one guy's just really taking the brunt force of everything for us, leading the pack. Keeping us going strong and pushing the pace. He's caught up to one of them. Catching up to the second. There it is. Now we got 2 more people joining our group. Got ourselves a new mini race within the race. 2 miles left. It's about 6 minutes. Looks like one other guy got dropped from the main group. I don't think we'll be able to catch up to that guy though. Still got a long ways in front of us. 41 seconds. 40. We are catching up though. 39. 38. Man, these guys are cooking. Don't let them drop you on the incline. That would really suck getting dropped right before the last mile here. That guy stopped riding? Looks like he stopped riding. We did end up catching up to him. Last mile. Gotta finish strong. Don't get dropped. And have a shit finish. All right, when are we gonna sprint? So, if we take about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that's 150. How long can I go? Someone just used Ghost. I remember last race, I waited too long to kick it, and the guy behind me started kicking, and he ended up passing me. I just don't want to go too early, because I feel like I fatigue really quickly. Oh no, too early. Oh, I'm on too high of a gear too. No. Damn it. Sprints will never be my thing. Oh. Golly. Woo. What was my average? 232? I think that's about what I'm usually putting up. Wow. Top guys did well. 308 for average. 3.7. 282. That guy did really good. Wow. See, it's all about drafting. Jeez. Sucks I got dropped. But then had those people got to race against those guys. I knew my sprint finish is always shit, which it was. But I'm not sure how I felt about 80 to 90. I feel like it wasn't as bad, maybe. Tough to tell. I'd have to do it more times, but I think it wasn't as bad. I think. I don't know. I know when I'm out on the road, I'm always in I think it's higher gear where it's harder. But I mean, I just can't get dropped. Damn it. All right. Well, go hard on the inclines next time. Don't get dropped. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.